Into turn one, it's Medina emerging as the leader. We have a quick spin. That's the 26J of Gary Ayers spinning the backstretch. They'll come around and, well, looks like we'll stay green. Medina is leading Tracy Boland. Korstrom with the Critter hanging on for dear life, running third. Korstrom in the pink number 9, and she's campaigning successfully now for 4 years. First female to win in the Charter Well Recycler Pure Stocks a few years back. As Ayers back underway, Medina, Boland, Korstrom, and Davis all pursuing, although about to put Ayers a lap down. Medina leading this group down the backstretch, followed by Boland, Korstrom, and Davis. Eight-lap race, top 4 go on. And Medina now being pressured by Boland. At the start-finish line, Boland perhaps with a noselead over Medina, as Gary Ayers in the 26 will spin right in front of John Medina, but John kind of plows right through, hangs on to second for the moment. C.W. Davis, however, with the head of steam in the 74J, is going to get by. Tracy Boland, now your leader down the front stretch. Lap number 5 in the books, 3 remaining. John Medina is not particularly pleased at the moment with a right flat tire. He's going to go into the pit. With less than 3 laps remaining, Tracy Boland continuing to lead. Lap 6 in the book for Boland. Davis second, Korstrom third, Stearns in the 37 in the final transfer spot at this point. White flag in John Moreland's hand. It's Boland all alone for the moment. He comes out of turn number 4 and sees the white flag first. C.W. Davis up to second, running second. Korstrom with a Critter in her window, running third in the pink number 9 car, or chartreuse, I guess you would call it. We have Joe Stearns in the 37, hanging on to fourth as he's being challenged by 52 Mike Sosa. And Gary Ayers once again with problems in turn 2, back underway. Up front, however, it's checkers for Boland, Davis, Korstrom, and I believe Stearns unofficially hung on to 4th place. So your transfers will be your winner in car 11J Tracy Boland, car 74J C.W. Davis running second, the Critter-clad Korstrom in car number 9 running third, and unofficially Joe Stearns in the 37 car running fourth. Nice jump. Quickly out in front goes Adam Ramsdale in the 16, but the 16 a little loose out of turn 2. He hangs on. Doug Lane on the move up alongside the 94 and around. Lane in the 96 car this evening, and Schenkel in the 47 also on the move as lap number 1 will go to Ramsdale. Second Lane, Schenkel, and then 94 Mays finishing your top 4. Gabor on the move as well in the 61. Mondello gets by the 39 of Chris Mays, so lots of passing throughout the ranks. They've only got 8 laps to get it done. A little less than that now, actually about less than 6. 2 laps in the books. Your leader, Ramsdale, the Schaefer car, former Schaefer car, driven by Lane tonight, running second. Some problems for Duncan in turn number 2. Schenkel now up to third, Gabor up to fourth. Duncan will keep going. Lap 3 in the books. To Ramsdale being pursued closely by Doug Lane, Aaron Schenkel, and Guy Gabor. Ramsdale continuing to lead. Good race for third place, however. Schenkel holding on, but points leader Gabor in the 61 trying to get around. Can't make the pass. Lane hanging on to second. Dennis Duncan in the orange 22 well off the pace as now Lane makes a move on Ramsdale out of turn 4. And Ramsdale with Racing Room manages to pull out the lead at the start-finish line. Duncan could play into this. Lots of bumping between Lane and Ramsdale, which allows Gabor in the 61 to shoot up alongside Lane in the 96. Ramsdale back to third. Schenkel running fourth out of turn 4. Gabor now your leader with a fine bit of driving, taking the lead on lap number 6. Guy Gabor out of turn 4 down the backstretch, looking to increase his points lead by a good performance this evening, as he's followed now by Lane, Ramsdale, and Schenkel, all in position to transfer to tonight's main event. White flag for Gabor. Looking for a way to extend his point lead. Guy Gabor now 8-car lengths lead over second place Lane. Out of turn 4, checkers for Gabor. Lane hangs on to second. Ramsdale third. Schenkel fourth unofficially. As an interesting qualifying heat for number 2 heat, that is, for the Charterway Auto Recycler Pure Stocks. Your winner in car 61, Guy Gabor. Doug, the fast lane, Lane hanging on to second in 96 car. Harper, 54 Treadway, 19 Lovelace, 49 Horton, 43 Clark, 13, well, the blue 13, let's call it, that's Silva, and then the 17 of McCall. As we get set for 8 laps, 4 will transfer to tonight's Charterway Auto Recycler main event coming up a little later. Field looking good coming out of turn 4. Green flag flies. We're underway. Reeder first into turn 1 in green and yellow, 13, followed by Harper in the 05. Lovelace on the move in the 19. Nice move by Jeff. Looks high, goes low. He'll come out of second place out of turn number 4 at start-finish line. So it's Reeder and then Lovelace. Harper hanging on to third, beginning a little help from the 43 car driven by Brian Clark tonight, who manages to find a way up alongside the 05. Harper, we'll see if he's able to pass. Lovelace now, however, moving up in the front. Lovelace now your leader. So Jeff Lovelace continuing his fast driving ways, now up to the front, being trailed by Reeder, Clark, and McCall. Harper up front a little earlier, having some tough luck in the 05, but keeps it going. Coming around for the halfway point, Lovelace your leader. Then Reeder, then the 43 of Clark, and the 17 of McCall, Ron McCall out of Manteca. Currently occupying the transfer positions. Treadway in the 54, trying to move up as well. So Lovelace is checked out, but a good race for second, third, and fourth between Reeder, Clark, and McCall. Treadway in the hunt as well. Lap number 6 about to be completed by leader Jeff Lovelace in the green and black number 19. Second, third, and fourth occupied by Reeder, Clark, and McCall down the back stretch. Although these four-wheel transfers, going to be Lovelace your winner in the number 19. Actually, the white flag for Lovelace. Then it's Clark now in front of Reeder and McCall hanging very closely. Only 4 transfers, so the second 3 finishers is Lovelace about to take the checkers. Will definitely transfer. Then it's going to be what order the following 3, and it's going to be Clark, McCall, and can he do it backwards? This could be anybody's race. Who's the 4th? Sneaking through, Julie Horton. Unofficially, Julie Horton sneaks through for the 4th and final transfer spot, but I'll let NASCAR sort that out for you. Your winner in car 19. Your winner in car 19, Jeff Lovelace. 43, Brian Clark, is going to run second. And then I believe Ron McCall in the 17 will finish third. In car 92, Kerry Hahn out of Ripon. Outside in car number 4, it's Orville Dahl. In car 10J, Amy Sullivan out of Lodi. Then we're going to have to skip to the inside of row 3. It's Ken Mitchell driving a 76J. And he wanted to mention sponsors Action Floors and West Coast Muffler. Outside in car 60, it's Stacy Medina, second half of the Medina Racing program. Then number 99, Rick Kavanaugh. And number 97, Danny Gabor out of Manteca. And 71, the car I missed, driven tonight by Jason White. Up front, in number 92 is Kerry Hahn. Now your leader, Orville Dahl, running second. The 10 of Amy Sullivan hanging on to third, but the 71 of Jason White's going to get by. And Jason now moves into third place. Amy Sullivan, meanwhile, hanging on to fourth as, whoa, Stacy, control your rear end, young lady. Number 60 in the El Camino, getting a little wide in turn number 2. Back up front, it's going to be Kerry Hahn, Orville Dahl, Jason White, Amy Sullivan. 97 charging hard, Danny Gabor. And then 99, Rick Kavanaugh. As we have 2 laps in the books, coming around for lap number 3 is your leader, Kerry Hahn. Once again, top 4 will be your final transfers, and Amy Sullivan barely avoiding contact with the 99 of Kavanaugh, hanging on to 4th at the moment, but a lot of hard chargers, including the 97 of Gabor and Kavanaugh right behind. Halfway through for your leader, 92 Hahn, number 4 Dahl, and 71 White, with the straightaway lead on the rest of the pack. And good battle between Sullivan and the 10 and 99 of Kavanaugh to see who's the final transfer for tonight's Charterway Auto Recycler main event. Oh, Orville Dahl. Can he hang on to his, to his third place now? Field coming quickly. 99 Kavanaugh now up into 4th place as he gets by Sullivan, and then so does the number 97, Danny Gabor. So unofficially 6 laps in the books now. We're moving toward a white flag, which is in John Moreland's hand at the start-finish line. It's going to be Hahn, then Jason White in the 71, and it looks like Orville Dahl's going to hang on for third at the moment. Kavanaugh in the 99 running fourth, Danny Gabor in the 97 running fifth. A spin for Amy Sullivan, a kiss from Ken Mitchell. You two know each other. Yellow checkers for Kerry Hahn in the 92, 71. Jason White finishes second. Orville Dahl finishes third. And number 99, Rick Kavanaugh, unofficially in fourth. Quite a race. Your winner in car number 92, Kerry Hahn. So lots of action as Kerry Hahn hangs on for the lead. Jason White finishing second. Orville Dahl and Rick Kavanaugh, your final transfers to tonight's Charterway Auto Recycler main event. We have a B and possibly a C in this category that will come up in a few moments to see who fills out that 18. Pace car will exit to the turn 3 pit gate. We have the number 8 of Jeff Steckler starting up front, and the number 14 of A.J. Russell, the number 6 of Sean Wolf, and the number 1 of Daryl Herzog, and the number 3 of quick qualifier Bill Nason. Green flag flies. Up front, it's the 14 of Russell. Going to go into turn 1 as your leader. Whoa, lots of contact already. It's not a division afraid of contact. Jeff Stettler and the 8 car out of Modesto currently running second, but the number 1 of Daryl Herzog hanging with them as well. The number 6 of Sean Wolf. Possibly contact with the number 3 of Nason, so not afraid fender paint. The parts truck's underway for 8 laps, I believe. Up front, it's A.J. Russell in the 14. And number 1, Daryl Herzog. Number 3, your quick qualifier Nation, now up to third place. A.J. Russell continuing to lead as the yellow comes out. And we'll check out why. I see all 5 trucks at the moment. Looking for green. Russell once again with the nice jump. He has a critter from the Kids Club in his super truck, or his truck in any case. Now number 3, Nason, challenging and getting around Daryl Herzog. At least a half a truck length lead on Herzog. Out of turn 4, it's Russell, then Nason. Wolf getting around Herzog as well. So 4 of 8 laps in the books. A.J. Russell is led from the green with a yellow interim. However, Bill Nason and the California Quick Shine number 3 parts truck moving up quickly. Sean Wolf staying status quo in the 6 as the number 1 truck, well, has exited. That's Daryl Herzog. So a 3-truck battle led by Russell with less than 3 laps left. It's going to be Russell 14, Nason 3, and Wolf 6. As white flag in John Moreland hand, it flies for Russell. Then we have Nason and Wolf. Status quo. Russell has led every lap so far. Nason, your quick qualifier, unable to close the gap between he and A.J. Russell in the red Mega Power number 14 parts truck. Checkers to Russell. Nason hangs on to second, and the number 6 of Sean Wolf finishing third. Sean Winslow. Let me make sure I have that right. It is Sean Winslow in 13, and the 28X is Aaron Young, 28X Aaron Young, and the 99 of James Burgess, the 88 of Tom Burkett, and the 38 of Randy Miller looking for green, and we're underway. 8 laps, it's Wenzel into turn number 1 in the low groove. Outside, it's Aaron Young in the 28X in the high groove, but he has some problems, allowing the number 99 of Burgess and the move up into second place. We'll see if he can hold it. It's going to be Wenzel, Burgess, and Young in the 28, hanging on to the 3rd spot. Randy Miller gets by the 88 of Burkett into 4th place. Only 2 will transfer, so the 3, the 28, the 38, and the 88, letting the 2 leaders, that's Wenzel in the 13 and the 99 of Burgess, slip away. 2 laps in the books. And Aaron Young with the spin, he's going to collect Miller, but allows Burkett to keep going. That may bring out the yellow, looks like it will, with 3 laps in the books. Your leader, Sean Wenzel in the 13. Number 99, James Burgess, hanging on to second. Final transfer spot, Tom Burkett in the 88, running third. All 5 competing for 2 spots. Right now, Wenzel and Burgess holding on to those as 88 Burkett in the catbird seat, followed by Miller and Young out of turn 4. Lots of contact between Wenzel and Burgess. Halfway through this 8-lap race, these 2 guys have to finish to transfer. They have to finish in the top 2. As Randy Miller affects a pass, moves into 3rd position. Out of turn number 4, it's Wenzel, followed by Burgess. Good racing between the 2 leaders. Miller's firmly in 3rd, and, well, something happened there, and the loser of that particular battle is Sean Wenzel. James Burgess, for the moment anyway, is out in front. Then we have Randy Miller and Aaron Young moving up. Less than 3 laps remaining. Less than 3 laps left for your leader now, James Burgess. Randy Miller hanging on to the 2nd spot. Things are liable to change though. 28 Aaron Young running 3rd. White flag for your leaders. And James Burgess out of series down the back stretch, trying to transfer to tonight's main event. Unofficially, he's going to be your winner as the checker flag flies. And then Randy Miller sneaking around into second place, followed by Aaron Young in the 28 and Tom Burkett in the 88. So unofficially, your two transfers, whoa, it's not even over after it's over. Randy Miller and Aaron Young getting together. So quite a race. We have Jerry Bogus actually in the 7A, then we have Jim Stockdale, then we also have the 50 of Glenn Cook out of Newark, the 29 of Dwayne Appadale, and the 28 of Vernon Jansen. It's the second 28, straight up 28 if you will. So it is Bogus, Stockdale, the 50 of Cook, the 29 of Appadale, and the 28 of Vernon Jansen. As the green flag flies, 8 laps, 2 will remain racing this evening. Bogus exits turn 2 as your leader. Stockdale fighting with Cook. Stockdale in the purple 72, Cook in the white 50. As they come out of turn number 4, it's going to be Bogus leading lap 1. Stockdale flat spotting the tires on the 72. Hopefully won't be a problem as Glenn Cook in the 50 moves into second place. Only 2 transfer. Stockdale having all sorts of brake problems as the 72 is trailed by Appadale in the 29, Vernon Jansen in the 28. Up front, it's all Bogus and Cook now. Cook in the 50, Bogus in the 7 as they come around for lap number 3 of 8 to find out who keeps racing this evening. And Glenn Cook in the 50, a very loose style of racing. Cook in the white 50. Sideways out of turn 4, but manages to collect it, keep it in line and hanging on to the second spot. Fourth lap now in the book. Bogus continuing to lead. Cook in second, Stockdale third. Appadale running fourth in the red 29, and Jansen trailing as we come around for lap number 5. Jerry Bogus, Glenn Cook, 8 car lengths into third place, but out of the race this evening would be Jim Stockdale if it finishes status quo. Bogus, very smooth. All he has to do is hang on a couple more laps. He'll be racing the rest of the evening, as will Cook in the 50. Stockdale trying to make up for lost ground after a tough first lap, hanging on to third place. White flag lap as Jerry Bogus smoothly out of turn 4. Glenn Cook now figuring it out in the 50 car, doing as well. And Stockdale in the 72 crosses third, then Appadale and Jansen. Smoothly into turn 3. Bogus has a quarter of a lap left, and he'll be a winner. And as he does, Glenn Cook in the 50, a very loose Glenn Cook, hangs on to second place. So Jerry Bogus, very smooth in the 7, followed by the dirt track style of 58, Glenn Cook, to be your 2 transfer to tonight's main event. So that's the end of the qualifying races. Now coming up will be the Subway Sandwich Trophy Dashes. Brought to you by Subway Sandwich. Slowly down the backstretch, field begins to close as they start to the entrance to turn number 3. Hahn in the 92, Bolin in the 11, Lovelace, Gabor up close, both anxious to go, urging the 2 leaders on. It's a little better this time. The green flag flies, and we're underway for 4 laps, brought to you by Subway. It's Hahn in the 92 into turn number 1, out of turn number 2. He'll be your leader. Bolin in the 11, a close second. Down the backstretch, Gabor, Lovelace battling for position. Lovelace in the low groove, Gabor in the high groove. Hahn will cross as your leader on lap number 1, looking for his first Trophy Dash win, as is the 11J of Trace Bolin. And Bolin now feeling pressure, but Hahn beginning to increase his lead. And Bolin hard against the wall. And then a hit from Jeff Lovelace. Kerry Hahn is all alone. Guy Gabor smartly closes down. Bolin back underway. Up front, Kerry Hahn for probably about 8 car lengths over second place Lovelace. White flag now for Kerry Hahn. Jeff Lovelace in second. And then Guy Gabor kind of cruising now in third position as Bolin off track in the 11J after contact with the front wall as well as with the other car. And so it's going to be Kerry Hahn in the 92 with the win. Jeff Lovelace running second. Guy Gabor will hang on for third in an action-packed Subway Sandwich Trophy Dash for the Pure Stock. So your winner for the first time in car number 92, hailing from Ripon, Kerry Hahn. Got a fast field for you here this evening with the number 14 Mega Power of A.J. Russell starting up front. Outside in the number 6 machine, it's Sean Wolf. Inside in the number 1, Daryl Herzog out of Fresno. And then the California Shine, well, I'll get that right, Moonshine of number 3, your quick qualifier, Bill Nason, starting in row 2. And first to the start-finish line, it's very close between Wolf and the 14 of Russell, but out of turn 2, Russell a half a truck length lead going into turn number 3, but here comes Nason in the 3 truck. He gets around Herzog. It's going to be Russell leading lap number 1, Wolf hanging on to second, but a hard charge from Nason as well as Herzog threatening the second place of Sean Wolf. And Nason with the spin in the backstretch in the California Quickshine number 3 as Herzog hangs on to second or gets second place. A.J. Russell continuing to lead. Nason trying to get back on track, and he's going to join. Looks like we may stay. Well, I can't speculate. In any case, white flag for Russell. Wolf hanging on to second. Now Herzog back to third. So A.J. Russell trying to go 2 for 2. He won the qualifying heat. Sean Wolf hanging on to second. And Herzog charging, but it's going to be number 14 in the Mega Power truck, A.J. Russell, your winner. Sean Wolf finishing second. Daryl Herzog unofficially in third for tonight's Parks Truck race. Very fast V8 power pickup. Lots of horsepower, not a lot of weight. They're the legends of the Pacific. Very exciting cars to drive as they get set to go. This is their third visit in 1999 here at Stockton 99 Speedway. It's Zampa, Curran, Bailey, Reducal out of turn number 4 on the power, looking for green, and we're racing. Joey Zampa, half a car length lead at the start-finish line. Curran in the outside groove out of turn 2, hanging on to second. Reducal already on the move in the number 8 machine as the 40 of Mark Bailey holding his own, however. Status quo out of turn 4. It's Zampa, Curran, now Reducal overtaking Bailey into third. Reducal sets his eye on Curran. Can't make it stick with an outside-inside pass attempt, but down the backstretch, Zampa continuing to lead. Curran charging in the 6. Reducal in the 8 car running third, and Bailey 2 laps in the books, halfway in the 4 laps. And Joey Zampa very smooth now, being challenged by a very quick Pete Curran. And Pete Curran hard into the low groove in turn 3. Zampa in the high groove. Out of turn 4, Reducal on the throttle heavily in the number 8 car. Locks up the brakes right behind Pete Curran. Zampa sees the white flag. Checkers in the hand of John Moreland. And Zampa with a fine bit of driving has Curran hanging on by a dear life for second. Reducal charging hard. And it's going to be Zampa, Curran, Reducal, and Bailey. Looking for green is going to be Elton, and Treadway, a drag race, dead heat at the start-finish line. Crawford sneaking up, however. Down the backstretch, Hilton and Treadway battling. Hilton in the red 38, Treadway in the black 8 as Crawford all over the number 8 of Treadway, and Treadway is going to lead lap number 1. Out of turn number 2, it is Treadway, followed now by Crawford. Hilton in third, Chappell following. Into turn 3, the Wild Thing. Hard into turn 3, out of turn 4, but Treadway manages to hold on to the lead halfway through this 4-lap race. Crawford able to close on the back of Treadway, but exiting the turn belongs to Carey so far. Jerry unable to close the difference after he comes up hard on the rear bumper of Treadway. White flag for Carey Treadway. Crawford sees it second. Once again, Jerry's charging, coming from a 4th place position. He wasn't particularly thrilled to receive. It's still Treadway, however, into 3 out of 4. Crawford hard on the throttle, but he can't do it. It's going to be Treadway, Crawford, Hilton, and Chappell. So Carey Treadway notching his 6th Trophy Dash win of the season, his 12th of his career. Your winner and defending champion in car number 8, Carey Treadway. Well, that wasn't a great looking start. We've got 3 number 1s and a 90 in here, and well, it just didn't add up to much, so we'll start it once again. We'll start once again. Every driver here has Trophy Dash wins. I'll check how many for you. Mark Welch with 2 this season, 10 total. And then Jason Kirby also, well, we'll get that to you in a moment as we are under green flag racing. Dan Dabbs with a nice jump, looking for his 4th career and 4th of the season Trophy Dash win. But Kirby very quick in the 90 car, up alongside Dabbs into 3 out of 4. Kirby in the low group, Dabbs in the high group. Kirby with a lot of power manages to lead lap number 1, followed by Dabbs, Welch, and Philpott. Kirby looking for his 4th Trophy Dash win of the season, 7th of his career, with a 3-car length lead out of lap number 4. Dabbs in a close second, Welch right on his tail in the yellow 1 car as the field down the backstretch now. Jason Philpott cruising behind in the orange 1P, and number 90, Jason Kirby, sees the white flag. Mark Welch now beginning to try to pressure. Dan Dabbs tries to get low. Dabbs won't have any of it. Down the backstretch, Kirby, 4-car length lead into 3 out of 4. Dabbs hanging on to second. Welch will finish third, and Philpott will follow. So Jason Kirby continuing his torrid pace in 1999. Currently second in points to Mark Welch as he wins tonight's Trophy Dash. Dan Dabbs hanging on to second, but your winner in car number 90, Jason Kirby. That's Jason. Signal from John Moreland. We've got 52, Mike Sosa starting up front. Brendan Mays in the number 94. Harry Reeder in the 13. And it looks like number 97, Danny Gabor, starting outside row 2. Number 67, Johnny Bird inside row 3. And then number 75, well, I got to check that a minute. That's number 25, actually. Aaron Mandello outside row number 3. Donna Treadway in car 54. Stacy Medina outside in the 60, El Camino. Then we have 26J, Gary Ayers inside row number 5. Then 39, well, that's not John Nelson driving it. It is Chris Mays in the 39 outside row number 5. Then we have Albert Silva in the 13, Amy Sullivan in the 10, the number 6 of John Medina, the number 49, J of Julie Horton as well out there. And, well, we got the 22 of Dennis Duncan, the 76 of Ken Mitchell, and the 05 of Richard Harper. But it's Mike Suseth in the 52 who's your leader. Suseth, your leader.
And we'll give Gene a chance. We'll give Gene a chance for a break here and take over the action for him.
Yeah, right. right now, sorry. If you can write it down, give it to me later, okay? So Mike Suthith continuing to lead, but the number 97 of Danny Gabor closing quickly. Once again, only two will transfer. Looks like Aaron Mandello in the 25 hanging on to third place. '52, Mike Suthith, the 97 Gabor, with some pressure for the, well, looks like the Chevrolet Chevelle, possibly a Malibu in any case. Maybe a Chevelle Malibu, 5 laps in the books. 25 lap, B main. 20 laps to go, a little less than 20 now at the start-finish line. 19 for Suthith and the 52 and the 97 of Gabor. Mandello, the 25 running third, and the 13J of Perry Reeder running fourth, Brenda Mays and Albert Silva. Your top five, 76J, Ken Mitchell heading toward the infield. As your leaders down the backstretch, a two-man race. Well, two will transfer at the moment. Mandello, former winner and track record holder here in 99, hanging on to third, and Reeder running fourth. Good race between Gabor and Suthith, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Suthith in the 52. We have a spin and some collision. The number 26 of Gary Ayers collects the 60 of Stacy Medina. And they are stopped in turn number 2 as the yellow flag flies. All right, we're set to go racing. Out front, it's Soyseth, I'm being told. Number 52, Mike Soyseth, your leader. Then the 97 of Danny Gabor, Aaron Mandello in the 25, Albert Silva in the blue 13, moving up into fourth place. Brenda Mays battling with Perry Reeder in the yellow and green 13 as Soyseth actually leads lap number 11. So Mike Soyseth trying to put a non-Camaro Firebird in the winner's circle. It's been done before. In fact, the track record, Angelo Carollo, was done in a Nova, I believe, but maybe not. Anyway, it wasn't a Camaro or a Firebird. Mike Soyseth and Danny Gabor with a great battle. Soyseth at the start-finish line first for lap number 13. Over halfway through this 25-lap race, only two will transfer to tonight's main event. Back in the field, we've got Mandello in the 25, 13, the blue 13 of Albert Silva, the green and yellow 13 of Perry Reeder. Then Critter Club contributor Donna Treadway in the 54, John Medina in the 6 car. 94 Brenda Mays, number 39 Chris Mays, and Brenda Mays and John Medina get together. Then we have 67 Johnny Bird, 05 is Richard Harper. We got number 40 Ray Davis, Amy Sullivan in the 10, the 22 of Dennis Duncan. Activity all over the track. Great race for first and second between Soyseth and the 97 of Gabor. 16 laps in the books with a little less than 9 remaining. And somebody ought to tell these two the top two transfers. So side-by-side racing, they don't care. They like to race, and that's why they're here this evening. Mike Soyseth in the 52 and Danny Gabor putting on a show. Gabor in the low groove at the 97. And he'll be your leader on lap 17, followed by Mandello, Silva, Treadway, and Reeder. Now Gabor with his first substantial lead of about 2 car lengths over the 52 of Mike Soyseth. Mandello beginning to challenge as well as he comes up in his yellow number 25. 18 in the books. Number 39, Chris Mays, very slow into turn 3 and 4. He may well head toward the pits, although that's up to him, certainly. Gabor now 4 car lanes. He's into 3 out of 4. Soyseth strongly in second. About 4 car lengths ahead of third place Mondello, and about 4 car lengths in front of fourth place Silva is Mondello. Laps winding down now. 19 in the book, soon to be 20. Gabor smoothly into 3, middle line, cruising away now. 6 car length lead, start finish line up to 8. Soyseth firmly in second. 8 car lengths ahead of third place Mondello with less than 5 remaining. We have an off-track excursion for the number 40 of Ray Davis, but he finds his way back on track to continue racing activities here in the Chardonnay Auto Recyclers B Main. And some traffic looming ahead for leader Gabor down the backstretch. The blue number 10 of Amy Sullivan in front of the black and orange 97 of Gabor. Soyseth in the 57 hanging on to second place, the final transfer spot. Now a good 10 car lengths in front of third place Mondello. If they can hang on for 3 more laps, they'll continue racing this evening. Less than 3 laps remaining. Danny Gabor continuing to lead, but Soyseth beginning to close a bit in the traffic. Mondello, however, unable to close much on Soyseth, who escapes down the backstretch, gets around the 22 of Duncan. You've got the black and orange 97 now at the start-finish line taking the white flag. Soyseth in the 57 takes it second. The black car now right up on the rear fender of the 97. Then your third place car unofficially is about 5 car back. That's the yellow car of Aaron Mondello, the number 25. But out of turn number 4, it's going to be Danny Gabor, followed by Mike Soyseth. Finishing third, Aaron Mondello, Albert Silva in the 13, unofficially fourth, Donna Treadway in the 54, fifth. .28X is driven by Aaron Young, Jim Stockdale in the 72, the 88 of Tom Burkett, the 28. That's driven by Vernon Jansen. That's the red 28, the 13A of Sean Wenzel, and then we've got, following the field, the black 28 actually. And that's driven by Vernon Jansen. So up front it's Aaron Young in the orange 28X. Running second is the 72 of Jim Stockdale. And that's Dwayne Appadale in the 29. That's what's going on. Then 88 Tom Burkett, 13 Sean Wenzel, and 28 black Vernon Jansen. Action in turn 3. Stockdale and Wenzel get together, the 72 of Stockdale and the 13 of Wenzel. As we've completed unofficially 3 laps, Aaron Young, your leader, Dwayne Appadale running second. We'll sort it out and get back to racing in a moment. Young hooked up in the 28X, seemingly able to exit the field with ease once under green flag. Appadale running second, being bothered by Burkett in the 88. We'll see if Burkett can close. Aaron Young, 28X in the orange car. Half a straightaway now over second place Appadale, who's beginning to feel even more pressure from the 88 of Tom Burkett. Less than 4 laps remain. So less than 3 laps now for Aaron Young with an easy time in the 28X. Well, it's easy for me. to say that it's easy for him, but he's doing the driving, doing a fine job as he leads Dwayne Appadale by about a half a straightaway with less than 2 laps left. White flag lap to be precise. As number 88, Tom Burkett, unable to catch a second place car of Appadale, who he needs to catch if he wishes to continue. White flag for Young, then Appadale, Burkett, Stockdale now up to 4th place. Vernon Jansen following in the 28. All over but the shouting for Aaron Young. He's at the start-finish line. He'll take the checkers from John Moreland. Then it will be Appadale finishing second, Burkett and Stockdale battling for third. Burkett may have won it, however. Your winner in car 28X, Aaron Young. All right, we're going to move down to tonight's field for the starting lineup for the Street Stock main event. In car number 57, out of Lodi, Mike Garcia. Currently third in points. He's the Wild Thing. He's out of Stockton. Jerry, the Wild Thing Crawford. Your defending track champion, current points leader, and winner of 11 fast times this season in car number 8 out of Stockton, Kerry Treadway. Currently second in points, trailing Kerry Treadway by 120 points out of Lodi in car 15, your most improved street stock driver rookie of the year in 1998, Scott Chappell. Currently fourth in points out of Lodi with the critter in his window driving number 7, Jeremy Hammonds. And the technology teacher who's on summer vacation, I'll bet, in car number 56 out of Modesto, Greg Albani. In car number 38 out of Manteca, Joe Hilton. And starting up front in car number 1 out of Clements, Johnny Burnt. Your lineup for tonight's Street Stock main event. Pontiac Grand Prix pace car brought to you by the right place, Pontiac Acura Buick of Stockton into the pits, down the backstretch. It's Burnt in the 1 car. Albiani in the 56, the 7 of Hammonds, the 38 of Hilton, 15 Chappell, 8 Treadway, 0 the Wild Thing, and 57 Garcia, set for 20 laps. As green flag flies into turn 1, Johnny Burnt emerges as the leader. Albiani hanging on to second, but Hammonds with good track position in the 7 car in the low groove, coming up quickly, the 38 of Hilton. Treadway, Crawford, Chappell biding their times now, seeing what sorts out in front of them. Lap number 1 is going to go to Johnny Burnt, then Albiani hanging on to second. Hilton and Hammonds battling back and forth for third. Hilton has it. Now Hammonds wants it. Well, Hammonds has it. Hilton has it. Back and forth. You get the idea. It's Burnt, Albiani, now Hilton. Then Hammonds, Chappell, Treadway, Crawford, and Garcia. After 2 laps down, Johnny Burnt with the large lead, although 3 very fast drivers finding their way forward. That would be Crawford, Treadway, and Chappell. Out of turn number 4 for the 4th lap, Johnny Burnt continuing to lead. Hilton, Albiani, Hammonds, Chappell beginning to move up now in 5th place, followed by Crawford and Treadway in that order. And Joe Hilton now, hey, hi Johnny Burnt, I'm back here, says Hilton in his orange 38, or red 38. And he finds a way up alongside and basically around the number 1 of Johnny Burnt on lap number 5. Your new leader, Joe Hilton. Hammonds off track. And he's got all sorts of fast guys behind him. In front of him, however, in 3rd place, Albiani. In 2nd place, Burnt. In 1st place, Joe Hilton, 6 laps in. Joe Hilton, very smooth right now. 7 laps into this 20-lap race, followed by Burnt, well back actually in 2nd place, then Albiani well back in 3rd. Hammond able to hold off Crawford, Chappell, and Treadway and company for the moment in any case. Hilton with the Trophy Dash win to his credit, but no main event win, looking for his first in street stock competition this evening. Well on his way, very smoothly out in front as Albiani and Hammond side by side, keeping back perhaps the likes of, well, now something had to happen, and contact everywhere, and Albiani with the spin into the infield, some appendage from the back of his car hanging down. Crawford comes out okay, it looks like. He's up to about third place. Then we have Treadway, Hammond, Chappell, and Albiani with all sorts of problems. Got to go toward the pits because he's got, well, most of the rear deck of his car trailing, 10 laps down. Leader Hilton with 11 in the books now. Scott Chappell trying to move back up after being slowed down by an incident. Albiani sees the black flag for the second lap. 12 laps in the books for leader Hilton. Crawford now pressuring, second place Burnt. And Albiani will pull into the pits on the third lap of the black flag situation. We've got Hilton continuing to lead. Crawford now second, Burnt third. Treadway and Chappell battling for fourth. Very close competition for fourth place. Treadway with the nose ahead of Chappell down the backstretch. Side-by-side racing into turn number 3. It's Chappell low, Treadway high out of turn 4. At the start-finish line, Chappell with the nose lead on lap number 14. And Chappell finally gets the better of Treadway down the backstretch. We'll see if he can hold it up front. It is still Joe Hilton now 5 laps away from his first win in street stock competition. Crawford a distant second, but running strong. Johnny Burnt now holding off the 15 of Chappell and the 8 of Treadway. Joe Hilton trying to hang on. Crawford beginning to close a bit perhaps. Still a good 10 to 12 car length lead for Hilton in the waning laps of this race. Actually less than 3 laps left. Scott Chappell manages to move into third place. Treadway follows into fourth place as both get around Johnny Burnt in the one car. Albiani back on track in the 56. 18 now down for Joe Hilton in the 38. And Joe Hilton by what I believe the 19th time. We'll check on that. Jerry Crawford closing quickly. So 25 lap race actually was what's going on here. Not a 20 lapper, it's a 25 lapper. And Crawford all over the rear bumper of Joe Hilton. The Wild Thing looking for win number 3 of the 1999 season. 9th of his career. Now 21 laps in the books. Hilton still hanging on. 25 lap race. Actually, it's a 30 lap race. It's a 30 lap race. I'm checking my figures here. So Joe Hilton has about 7.5 laps if he's going to hang on and get his win here. Chappell hanging on to third. Treadway fourth. 23rd lap, a tremendous battle for the lead between Hilton and Crawford. Crawford out of turn 2 gets a nose down, the fender below the 38 of Hilton. A little contact possibly in turn 3 out of turn 4. And the yellow flag's going to come out on, well, I'll get the lap for you in a moment, but great racing between Jerry Crawford and Joe Hilton as the one car of Johnny Burnt into the infield pits. Albiani in the 56 still trailing some sparks from an earlier incident. So Pontiac Grand Prix pace car back on track. Unofficially in car 38, your leader, Joe Hilton. Problem for a racetrack, but it seems to be okay at the moment. We'll see if we're going to get back underway. It looks like we will in a lap or so. Well, maybe right now is green flag, John Moreland's hand, out of turn 4. Yep, we're back to racing. Hilton in the 38 into turn 1 in the low groove. The orange 38. Crawford in the black 0 in the high groove down the back stretch. Chappell and Crawford a little contact. Now Crawford up to say hello to Hilton, and the Wild thing getting a little wild, but Hilton hanging on. Masterful job of driving. 25 laps in the books. Less than 5 remain. Joe Hilton begins to distance both Crawford and Chappell. Now up to 3 car lengths is his lead. However, Chappell and Crawford a lot harder into turn 3. Hilton seems to have more speed exiting. Well, not on this particular lap, as both Chappell and Crawford right with Hilton. Joe Hilton a little loose in turn 4. Now 27 in the books. Chappell's going to take a look now, up into second place, the 15 car. Can't find a way around Hilton in the backstretch into turn 3. Crawford now running third, Treadway fourth, Hammonds fifth. Hilton now 3 car lengths in front of Chappell, but Chappell able to close in the corners, as is Crawford on Chappell. Nose to tail, Hilton, Chappell, Crawford, Treadway. White flag, John Moreland's hand. Joe Hilton, can he hang on? Chappell's got a run on him now. White flag for Joe Hilton, but Chappell's got his nose down. It's the last lap. Out of turn 2, Hilton's loose. Chappell's going to take the lead. Scott Chappell biding his time now. On the final lap, takes the lead from Joe Hilton. He'll be your winner. Hilton second, Crawford third, and Treadway fourth. So a bit of shrewd driving. A great job by 38 Joe Hilton, but your winners, car 15, Scott Chappell. Hilton. All right, moving to the back of tonight's field for the Legends of the Pacific, starting in car number 72, sponsored by International Discount Golf out of Modesto, Don Kraut. Moving up to the 01 part of the LaRue Racing Team, both sponsored by B&B Racing, Coastland Engineering, Duncan Pumps and Tanks, also Morris Welding out of Pope Valley from Napa in car 01, Bumper LaRue. In the number 35, Legends of the Pacific, out of Pine Grove, California, sponsored by Napa Auto Parts, Sears Jackson. She brings her own fan club, car 35, Desiree Robinson. Your quick time this evening, sponsored by Eddie's Dixonville Cyclery from Redberg City, California, and Roseburg, Oregon, in car 6, Pete Curran. And a man who has won 6 out of the last 7 races here, 12 or 13 total. It's hard to count. He drives car number 8, sponsored by True Value Hardware and Reducal Performance Motorsports from Oakdale, Randy Reducal. Your track record holder and winner of tonight's Trophy Dash in car 92, sponsored by Valley Fabrication of Napa, from Napa, Joey Zampa. In car 22, sponsored by Anchor Printing Signs of Tahoe and Spam Racing from South Lake Tahoe, in 22F, Jim Klopp. In car 40, out of San Lorenzo, sponsored by Anion & Johnson Construction, Shamrock Realtors, Western State Tires and Supplies from Hayward, in car 40, Mark Bailey. In the 1-0, out of Hollister, sponsored by San Benito Tire and Autoline Collision, car 10, Bob Johnson. The 09 next up on the field, sponsored by Rocha Transportation, Valley Enterprises, Holman Craftsman, Rocha